This year's Christmas was supposed to be a warm moment full of light, but for many of Cha Eun-woo's fans, the celebration turned into a quiet and emotional night after a handwritten letter from the idol was circulated and read by millions of eyes. Not because of the bad news, not because of the dramatic breakup, but because every sentence Cha Eun-woo writes feels too honest, too deep, and too human for a big star who has always seemed perfect. The Christmas letter isn't long, it's not filled with poetic exaggeration, but that's exactly where its strength lies. It feels like a quiet whisper from someone who's been smiling in front of the camera all this time, but keeps a lot in his heart. And the letter, Cha Eun-woo opens with a simple Christmas greeting. No glitter, no big promises. He only thanked the fans for remembering him, waiting for him, and mentioning his name in their little prayers. But slowly, the tone of the letter changed. From warm to wistful, from cheerful to reflective. He writes about the time that goes too fast, about the days that seem long but pass unnoticed, and about himself who is now more often reflect than laugh out loud as before. Cha Eun-woo admits that this Christmas feels different. He did not specify a specific reason, but from his choice of words, fans can feel a faint sense of loneliness. He writes about the nights when the city lights look beautiful, but his heart feels empty. About the smile he gives in front of others, but when alone, he asks himself if he is good enough, strong enough, and enough to return the love given to him all this time. The part that left fans speechless the most was when Cha Eun-woo wrote that he often feels guilty for fans. He feels guilty for not always being able to be present, not always being able to show his true feelings, and not always being able to explain what he really feels. He wrote that there were days when he wanted to say that he was tired, that he wanted to rest for a while, but he was afraid to disappoint those who were already waiting for him expectantly. This phrase became an emotional blow for many fans, because all this time they were afraid to burden the idol, and not vice versa. The Christmas letter also alludes to time. Cha Eun-woo writes that she is now more aware of how precious time is with the people who love her. She writes about her past, about her more innocent, more daring dreams without fear, and about how the world of entertainment taught her many things, including how to restrain emotions and hide wounds. He does not blame anyone, does not put things in a corner, but rather admits that all the choices he made shaped him today, with all the advantages and disadvantages. For fans, this letter feels like a confession that has never been said. Cha Eun-woo, known as the face of genius, the perfect actor, and an idol with a clean image, suddenly comes across as an ordinary, fragile human being. He wrote that there were nights when he longed for a version of himself who could laugh carefree. He longs for the freedom to feel sad without having to explain it to anyone. These lines made many fans shed tears, not because of sheer sadness, but because of such deep empathy. He also wrote about gratitude that never runs out. Cha Eun-woo says that every letter, every message, and every little bit of support from fans is the reason he was able to survive. He wrote that when he felt self-doubt, he remembered the smiling faces of fans, the shouts of names that resounded at concerts, and the simple messages that said, "Thank you for surviving to this day." For him, it was not mere words, but rather an anchor that held him from sinking into doubt. But precisely in this part, the atmosphere of the letter again becomes heartrending. Cha Eun-woo writes that he fears that one day, he will no longer be able to meet expectations. He is afraid that fans will be disappointed if they see his imperfect side. She wrote that she hopes that fans will love her not only when she shines, but also when she is silent, tired, and does not know where to step. This simple hope makes many people realize that behind fame, there is a very human fear, the fear of abandonment. The Christmas letter also contains small prayers. Cha Eun-woo wishes his fans health and happiness, hoping they can spend Christmas with their loved ones. He wrote that if there are fans who celebrate Christmas alone, he hopes this letter can be a little friend on a cold night. This sentence is simple, but the impact is tremendous. Many fans admitted to reading the letter over and over again, as if Cha Eun-woo was actually sitting next to them, speaking slowly and listening. Fan reactions flooded social media. The hashtag about Cha Eun-woo's Christmas letter immediately became a hot topic of conversation. Many wrote that they did not expect that the content of the letter would be so touching. Some admitted that they cried involuntarily. Others wrote long reply letters as a form of support. Not a few fans said that for the first time they felt Cha Eun-woo really opened his heart, not as an idol, but as someone who needed understanding. Interestingly, this letter does not contain any big promises about new projects, grandiose comebacks, or ambitious plans. In fact, the absence of these things makes this letter feel more sincere. Eun Woo doesn't sell dreams, he shares his feelings. He does not ask, but reveals. In a world of entertainment that is often filled with strategy and imagery, this letter feels like a breath of fresh air that is honest in what it is. Many entertainment observers judge that this Christmas letter shows Eun Woo's emotional maturity. He is no longer just a visual symbol or a perfect figure, but someone who dares to admit his vulnerability. This courage actually makes the bond between him and fans even stronger. Instead of spoiling the image, this letter deepens a sense of love and understanding. To the end of the letter, Eun Woo wrote the most memorable sentence. He hopes fans don't forget to take care of themselves, just like they took care of him. He wrote that love does not have to be always noisy, sometimes it is enough to be present and endure. He wished her a Merry Christmas once again, this time with a simple wish, that the heart of the one reading this letter felt a little warmer. Christmas passed, but the letter stayed. It was a reminder that behind the lights and the applause, there was a man writing with a trembling heart, hoping his words would reach. And for fans, Eun Woo's Christmas letter is not just a seasonal message, but rather an honest confession that will be remembered for a long time. A letter that not only makes you sad, but also teaches the meaning of closeness, honesty, and love that take care of each other, even in silence. The letter continued to be talked about even after Christmas Day had passed. Many fans realized that the sadness they felt was not a dark sadness, but rather a warm sadness, the kind of emotion that arises when one feels overly understanding of another's feelings. Eun Woo, through his short writing, seems to break the distance that has been created between idols and fans. He no longer stood on a high platform but sat in line, sharing equally fragile feelings. A number of fans wrote that they only realized one important thing after reading the letter. All this time they had always asked Eun Woo if he was happy, but rarely really listened to his answer. The Christmas letter felt like an answer that had been delayed. He does not say directly that he is sad, but each of his sentences speaks of the fatigue endured, of the great responsibility assumed alone, and of the longing for simpler days. There is one piece that went viral again because it was interpreted very deeply by the fans. Eun Woo writes about quiet nights and louder inner voices when the world starts to quiet down. Many interpret this sentence as a reflection of the life of a celebrity who is always surrounded by people, but instead feels most alone when all the lights of the cameras go out. The sentence is simple, but it describes a reality that often goes unnoticed by the public. The letter also led to a broader discussion about mental health in the entertainment industry. Many fans and observers judged that Eun Woo, without naming any terms, had opened up a space for honest conversation about the mental pressure that public figures experience. He does not complain, does not seek sympathy, but expresses feelings in a gentle and dignified way. It is precisely because of this that the impact is felt strongly. Some fans even admitted to feeling tickled by the part of the letter asking them to take care of themselves. All this time, fans often put the happiness of the idol above all else, even forgetting about their own emotional health. When Eun Woo wrote that he wanted his fans to be happy and healthy too, many felt it was the most sincere reminder they had ever received from an idol.